Tonight's Gooder Entertainment production is brought to you by The Chopping Block, Menotti Woodcrafters, Pinkerton's Pit Barbecue, Texas Oil Dogs, JB Water Wells, All Fired Up Barbecue Cook-Off, Texas Original Charcoal, the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, Smokin Magic, Texas High Roller Events, Laredo Roofing Solutions, Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, The Barbecue Store, Mr. Keen Sharpening Service, Cosmos Q Products, Half-Fast Cookers, Damn Yankee Texas Barbecue, Rectag, Quattro D Drums, We Branded Promotions, Texas Barbecue Bash, and Bullprinting Wraps and Graphics. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin Gooder Show.
You're tuning in the So Smokin Gooder Show. There's a lot of gooder. There's a lot of things that are gooder. They're better. They're gooder. I say they're gooder. They're the most goodest show that there could be. The So Smokin Gooder. Wow, what a good! Has there been a gooder show? I don't know if there's ever been a gooder show than the So Smokin Gooder Show. Wow, what a show! Iran's not having a show like So Smokin Gooder Show. What a beautiful show! There's never been high definition like this going on in this. What a great show!
Hey, we got any more beer in here?
Hey there, everybody. This is Aaron, the Retro Guy, host of the Morning Roast Radio Show, and you're locked in to the So Smokin Gooder Show. Give it to them, fellas.
If you're gonna put it in the box, put it in the box.
And stamp it.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cosmo, and you're watching the So Smokin Gooder Show. So grab a drink, park your ass, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing.
All right, hey, Steve Jimenez. You might know me. I'm a professional tin holder. When I'm not busy holding down a tin, keeping everything calm, I'm watching the So Smokin Gooder Show.
Action!
This is Tara
And Steve,
Mahosky with Backward Jacks. We don't always walk.
but when we do, it ain't here.
You're watching the So Smokin Gooder Show.
Turn up the heat. 1. Let's go! Because you've just tuned in to the one and only So Smokin Gooder Show. We're coming to you live from Bullhorn Barbecue headquarters in Cypress, Texas. This is the show where we talk all things barbecue and brews, and you better believe we're here to have a good time. Get ready for the man who knows barbecue like the back of his hand, the guy who can tell you the difference between an IPA and a stout blindfolded, and the life of every party, your barbecue pitmaster and the host with the most, Rob Arocha. Whether you're part of the Gooder Gang or just here for the special guest, barbecue competition updates, or maybe even to rate some boxes, strap in, fire up those smokers, and crack open a cold one, because the So Smokin Gooder Show starts now.
Good evening. What's up, Gooder Gang? Welcome to the show. You guys and gals know where to be on Wednesday night. That is right here at a little after 8 o'clock, watching the very best damn barbecue show out there, the So Smokin Gooder Show. However you're finding us, I appreciate it. We're on YouTube, Facebook. Tyson's got us all over the dang webs, the interwebs. We're on Twitch, TikTok. I don't know where we're all, but we are out there. How about this past week in barbecue? Anything to talk about? Yes, there is. We're going to be talking about it here on the show tonight. We've got a special guest, one of my longtime barbecue guys that I first met when I got into this thing. talking about Mr. Dennis Butterworth. We'll have him on shortly. There he is right there. There's the promo. Yeah, a lot of foil talk going to be mentioned tonight. Why? I don't really know, but we'll figure it all out about that. But yeah, so Dennis is one of my OG barbecue homies in this sport. Met Dennis quite a number of years ago. I got into this thing in 2012. I think Dennis was probably already in or right there at the same time. So we'll rehash some old barbecue war stories and talk to Dennis here shortly. But we're not gonna be no 2-hour show tonight. We've got to get going. I am on a jet tomorrow morning. I got to be at the airport at 6 o'clock. I got to be on a plane at 6 o'clock, headed to Rec Tech Academy. I'm going to be instructing over in Augusta, Georgia. Can't wait to see all my Rec Tech family out there. So if you're, I know me and Aaron will be out there. So that's what we'll be. Maybe I'll pop in live. That's why I'd love for you to keep your notifications on, and you'll never know when we're going to pop live on this show. Last thing, order of business. We are coming up on our 9th anniversary. That's right. July 7th will be season number 9. I don't call them seasons, but year number 9 of the So Smokin' Gooder Show. With that said, I do want to show some love to our sponsors that have been with us this entire season. We did them on the top of the hour, so I'm not going to name them. You can see them there. Chopping Block, Minoti. I am going to name them. Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Texas Old Dust, Texas Chrome Heroes, Texas Original, All Fired Up, Cook Off, the Briscoe Ranch, Smokin' Magic. We had her on last week. Cosmos Q, Grant Pinkerton, Dustin, and Julie over at the barbecue store, and we branded. Apparently, they just broke ground. New store coming? Maybe. Mr. Keen Sharpening Service, my boys at Half Fast, Laredo Roofing, Damn Yankee Texas Barbecue, Rec Tech, that's where I'll be. There's Buddy Northrup with JB Waterwells, and my buddy Bull Printing, Texas Barbecue Bash, and Bobby Delgado, the family at Quattro D Drum Smokers. Thank y'all very much. We are coming up. If they have sponsor opportunities, if you'd like to join us for our 9th year, entering our 10th year, this thing is going to get bigger and better. I promise you. I introduced you yesterday. I posted something. We've got a new art and media maestro, and his name happens to be Art. So I'm very excited to have producer Ty on board, and Art Gonzalez, our media maestro. This thing is going to continue to blow. I hope you guys like some of the new videos, some of the new look to us. So we want to stay number one. We want to stay the best out there. So 50 of y'all are watching. So 50,000 of y'all, as we like to say here, are watching. And if you'd like to be a part of this, we'd love to have you. We had 500,000 views last month on this show. So that is cool. Over 500,000. So again, lots of reach. We'd love to be a part of it. If you'd like to, you can reach out to me. Rob at Bullhorn BBQ is our email, or you can send me a message through Facebook. However you get a hold of us, you can send us on the So Smokin' Gooder Show. You can check it out. We'd love to have you. Love to have you join us as we enter year number 9, showcasing year number 10. We'll be here very soon. All right. That is enough order of business for the show. Let's do what we do all the time. Let's bring in producer Ty real quick. Where's he at? There
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, looking good, Ty. What is this? What do we got going on here, brother?
You know, I had to come out, All American, one of my favorite. He's a Mount Rushmore guy for me. Dennis Butterworth was coming on. But, I had to, protect myself. So I got a foil hat on because there was some fucking drama this week in barbecue. So, I love the family. I love seeing y'all talk back and forth. But I love all you guys. It's just fucking foil, man. Let's barbecue. Let's get back at it. It
is just foil, and I didn't even realize it was a foil hat, bro, until you said it. All right, there it is. Now we can see it. All right, Ty, let's give a shout out to the best people in the best community out there. We're talking about the Gooder Gang. Let's bring them on. There's Carlos Calzada, 1513 Cooker. Hey, guys, on the road headed back to Texas. Larry Vaughn, afternoon from North Jersey. Steve Quinn, evening, guys and guests. Go. Pitsing me off, evening, yes. Randall Johnson, Ocala Q's in the house, evening, y'all. There's Johnny Maggs, Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. You check them out on Monday nights. Renee Sanchez, Double S Smokers, what's up? G Walt's in the house, up. You know how we are. Stephen Rosicki, gang, homies. Gang, I like that. There's a Leo Theo Vaughn. Lobster Bucket. Hey, Gooder Gang, how's everybody's Wednesday going? You broke the streak, Lobster Bucket. I was wondering. We were sending out an SOS, wondering. Yep, you got to start. You got to start a new watch streak. All right, next is Art. There he is, Arturo Gonzalez. Art Gonzalez. Hey, Gooder Gang. Spurs or Knicks? Spurs. Let's go. Texas here. And I'm not a Spurs fan. Michael Sistrunk, what's up, everybody? I guess the pot's being stirred tonight. I think it was already stirred. Sam DeMeritt with a big GC over at Smokin the Mountains. What's up, Gooder Gang? Cast Iron Cookers. Carl's in the house. I knew you'd be watching tonight, Carl. I just had a feeling. Brian Fox, welcome to the circus. Hashtag FoilGate 2026. Brian Fox is in the house. Bobby Booms, Wabasito Barbecue. What's up, fellas? How are you? Matt Casper from Rapsack Barbecue. Good evening. Jen Lee, sup, Gooder Gang? Happy Hump Day. Yes, what's up, Jen? How are you? Lindsay Vincent, what's up, Gooder Gang? Tim Kirkendall, let's go. All right, let's go. Chop and Block, there he is. Howdy, Barbecue Kings and Queens, here for the best damn barbecue show. Yeah, hell yeah, thank you, man. Aaron Leslie, what's up, bitches? I will see you tomorrow, Aaron. You got to pick me up from the airport, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. Rachel Targach, what's up, Gooder Gang? How are y'all? Just pulled into the hotel. Nicho Arredondo. All right. Let's get it. Dirk Mullins. There he is. The Rib Cook-Off Association. Daddy Dutch checking in. Donnie Howard. What's up, dudes and dudettes? There he is again. Art. Joe Rob. Let me say my own name. What's up, Joe? How are you, bro? Season me here. What's up, gangsters? Just saying hi. Please tag me if Pearman ends up as a special co-host. All right, Jared McCrory, what's up? How are you? Butters bringing him in. Thomas Wyrick, what's up? All right, Ty, let's go quick. Bick Mitchum. I got a flight to catch in the morning. I love all these Gooder Gang comments already, though. Uwe Braun, hope Art likes Germans. Yes, we all love Germans. Tasha Swiger, howdy, y'all. Mason Galloway, what's up? How are you? All right. Cast Iron, I think they had Brandon. Caleb, I don't even know what that is about. All right. Are we there? Morgan Beasley. What's up, Rob? Hey, Rob and Ty. What's up, Morgan? How are you? We got Lance Bracco, Mike Gomez, Aaron Kennedy. Oh, here we go. There's Caleb. Leave him at the airport. No. The real little gringo, Eric, and the all fired up benefit. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you helping the show here. Okay. 65 in. Just keeps growing. Wonder why. I wonder what's going on here. Stop it, Ty. Stop it. Don't do that. All right. Like I mentioned, Dennis Butterworth, one of my first barbecue homies in the game. He's been at it for a long, long time. We call him a legend here on this show. Well, tonight we've got the man who not just slings the sauce, he is leading the whole damn barbecue organization. That's right. He is the president of the International Barbecue Cookers Association, otherwise known as the IBCA. He is a proud United States Army veteran, Sam Houston State alumni, and the owner and founder of WarPig BBQ Elite BBQ Products. You can find him at HEB. That's right. He's one of the first ones. He won the HEB Quest for Texas Best, and he's been in there, at least 5 years. We'll talk to Dennis about that. But yeah, he's got a full-blown sauce and rub empire. We love chatting with him. He's not the first time on here. It's probably his 4th or 5th time on here. You know him. You love him. Some of you loathe him. I love him. We're talking about Dennis Butterworth from WarPig BBQ. Bring him on, Ty. What have you got in there? You got you a little drink already?
Yeah, you need a drink for some of these folks in this crowd. So make sure I keep my beer assistant busy.
You know, I didn't see a Pearman comment yet. I saw Caleb's in the comments, but I didn't see a Pearman, and they stirred up some stuff. What is going on, Dennis? Should we should we just get it out of the way? Just get it off, or you want to save it?
You want to treat it like a Hershey Kiss and peel the foil?
Do we want to peel the foil back and get to the nuts and bolts? No. Let's talk. You are interesting, more than interesting enough to talk barbecue. How are things going, man? I mentioned everything you got going on. WarPig, IBCA.
Yeah, it's
all of it.
My life is crazy always. 8 years in HEB, by the way.
8 years, man. Yeah, it's been a while.
On 8. 3 million sold through their registers, so pretty good.
That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah, pretty good stats. I mean, I'm in Kroger also. Amazon Prime right now is the big one. It's been blowing up big time. So
sweet.
Trying to keep up with Amazon's been a lot of fun. But just enjoying the ride, man. We're starting to scale and climb the ladder and follow some of my my competitors that I use their roadmap kind of as my model, and then just try to do something better every time. So, it's all you can do is watch how the ones before you did it and try to be better than them, and then eventually get to an off ramp and hopefully collect a nice fat check somewhere along the line. So,
who are some of those the guys that you look up to that are doing
obviously Matt Pittman's a big one. Meat Church, for those of you who don't know who Matt Pittman is, for whatever rock y'all live under. But Matt's kind of set the bar for social media. There's two people that really set the bar for social media and barbecue products. That'd be Matt Pittman, and that would be Malcolm with Killer Hogs. How to barbecue right. I mean, Malcolm really just kind of set the foundation for YouTube and making money doing barbecue videos on YouTube. He added his barbecue products company to it, and he's just been capitalizing left and right. He's all over the country with it, all over social media. And I mean, he's the legend, right? And then along came Matt Pittman off a brief stint on Barbecue Pitmasters back in the day. He recognized.
I love Matt, but he's built an empire out of finishing third out of 3 people on the show.
Hey, I finished third out of 3 people on the show, and I'm building a small empire. So
damn it. I need to get on the show.
Man. I mean, Matt really just took off with the marketing. He's really excellent marketing.
He is great.
He's really good, talented at branding and creating names for his products, and I feel like I'm really good at that as well. So, but his social media presence is huge, and then he has a ton of corporate partners, like Yeti and all the rest of them, Dallas Cowboys. And so I really watch Matt a lot. I mean, I low-key stalk him quite a bit. But that's just what you do. I mean, you look for people in business and the similar business that are doing great things, and you try to emulate them. I mean, why not? Steel sharpens steel. And so when people reach out to me that are just getting started, I'm always happy to help, give some advice on what to do and whatnot. So, whatever I can do to help someone else get started, I'm all for it. But yeah, I mean, Matt, and then of course, Darian, Cosmos.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great inspiration he is. I know he just hired a new CEO to take over his company. And so Darian will be the next one to have that blow up. I mean, he's already, got a ton of sales right over the decades he's been selling. But now that he has somebody that's taken a brand to the next level and sold it, running his shop, I mean, it's just sit back and watch. It's going to be exciting. So
yeah, he's a great guy. All those guys you mentioned are
great.
Great.
Most definitely.
You need to get in with Turtle Box like old Pittman. They're Aggies in from Houston. You're Aggies.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny. Like they have a huge oil and gas. There's the CEO of an oil and gas company backed them. The guy just kind of thought it was a joke. Someone brought it to him and said, "Hey, we've got this goofy little speaker box, but we need some money," and he invested in it. And next thing you know, that guy's like, "Man, I didn't expect this thing to take off," but like they just kept reinvesting, and those guys are doing great. Turtle Box is a great company. It's just amazing how. I played the Insperity Champions Tour golf pro-am one year. I played every year, but 2 years ago or last year, the swag that you got when you got on the golf course was a Turtle Box. Everybody got a Turtle Box.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, it's the only reason I have one, because it's not paying that much for a speaker box, to put my golf.
We're not turning it into a Turtle Box deal, although I did the other night. I was
pretty cool though, man. The little golf cart one's real cool.
They're awesome. What I love about them.
Wet Sounds has come out with their own, which is really amazing if you guys are into like loud music like I am. So they have a great little not Turtle Box, but a Wet Sounds speaker box that you can sync up. So
you're seeing them all over barbecue contests now because everybody can sync them. We love our music at a contest, right? And then it seems like everybody's, the Gen 3s, you can sync as many of them as you want. Infinite.
And I think I was at a CBA cook-off maybe last year. We usually do one before we go to the Royal, and I think the head judge was using one with the microphone plugged in. I was like, freaking brilliant, because you can carry it around with you.
and everybody can sync up. So there's sound all throughout the big awards. Obviously, the larger you need more music, and they work out great. So Turtle Box, good job. We're from Houston.
That's what's going on with us,
Let's
man.
go.
You know, we're just continuing to grow and try to find ways to get more sales, get more retailers, and just chase the dream, man. Still in it, 8 years strong. And, you know, I get a kick because I'll submit FUBAR into that American Royal best sauce on the planet. And, you know, FUBAR is old, man. It's been around forever, since 2017, I think. And, you know, I think I finished 4th this year. I'm like, it still got it. You know,
it's great, man.
Same sauce I gave you in a mason jar, you know, 10 years ago.
Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to RecTech Academy, and one of the instructors over there, Chef John, he swears and loves the 50 cal. That man puts it on every contest, and they love it in Georgia because he seems to win the brisket category quite a bit over there.
It's
just beat Fred, I think.
Sauce,
Fred was special. Just there, and I think Chef John beat Fred in brisket at the RecTech Academy. Don't hold it, Fred, if you're watching. I'm pretty sure that happened. Pretty sure.
Well, you know, and some of those, we cook in the other states, you know, like Alabama, and we've won pork. We've beat Myron Mixon, of all people, in pork in Alabama by winning first, but we can't win first place brisket. They just don't know what brisket's supposed to taste like. It is what it is, you know. It is what it is. So,
well, I'm happy to hear the products are still going strong, bro.
Yeah.
Not even that, going stronger than ever. Kroger, Amazon, that's a big get. That's got to be huge for the WarPig.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's just
anything new coming out. I know
life.
you've been putting out a lot of new products.
Yeah, it's, you know, we still want to put out more products, but I don't want to be like what I call SKU heavy or death by SKU. I don't want to have 15 or 20 rubs and you know 4 brisket rubs, right? Like, I don't understand the point of that, or 4 chicken rubs. I just want to do one and move on to the next product. But you know, there's all different ways you can differentiate it and get on different shelves within the same store. So, you know, I spent a lot of time at HEB shopping the shelves to see what's out there that I could recreate and put our own WarPig spin on it. And a lot of it has to do with Sergeant Butter. I mean, there's so many products that we plan on launching with Sergeant Butter as the base. And I'm really excited about that because Sergeant Butter is just killing it. So the more stuff that I can come out with that Sergeant Butter brand on it, you know, the name, it's special to me because I named it after my dad.
Yes.
So I really like seeing his name or his likeness in the store like that. It means a lot. So, but yeah, that's WarPig in a nutshell. Still not doing as many cook-offs. You know, it's super busy. I do, for people that don't know, I have a normal full-time job, you know, like you do. And I work, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then that's if I'm not traveling. Then I come home, I do WarPig stuff, do IBCA stuff. And then, you know, I mean, before I got on here, I'm sitting here doing grad school stuff because I start grad school in July. And
really?
I've got all kinds of work. Yeah, I'm getting my MBA from A&M. So it's
heck yeah,
going to be a fun year. So going to be pretty stressed out. So I don't see a lot of cook-offs in our future. I mean, I have a lot leading up to grad school starting. You know, we're going to kill June with the rest of June. We're going to do cook-offs and maybe a couple in July. And that's probably going to be it for me for a while.
Well, cool. Well, WarPig is still kicking. Last question on we're going to be talking, I'm sure, longer, but HLSR, how'd we do this past year? Not so much competition wise, but how did the tent do?
Well, no, we talk about the competition because, I mean, and I'm not throwing shade because we laughed about this, but if it weren't for Fred, I probably would have been last place chicken. I mean, I was right there next to him, you know.
Really?
We were talking about it on Facebook Messenger, like something was crazy. These judges did not like our chicken, you know, like what the hell? We did okay on the other meats, you know, and we just needed a decent chicken and we'd have been right there with everybody. I mean, we did really well. And then, you know, we've hit back-to-back 7th place, like dessert. Matt Carr's killing it with his desserts. But everything else did well. And then the party was sold out every night. So it was a lot of fun. It was really hot outside. So it was a lot of drinking. You know, they drank us out of beer every night, which was cool. And then we go back and buy more and they drink us out again, but they can't drink us out of liquor. We always have enough liquor.
What's a Saturday night beer tab?
Oh, Saturday night beer tab. I mean, shoot, I don't even know. I mean, it's a couple grand easily, you know, and we're not one of the bigger tents. So, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's gotten so smooth with having my best friend, Jeremy Phillips, run the show. and manage all that for me, so I can just kind of walk around, do my thing, and take care of the sponsors. And it's definitely a lot of fun. So
there you go. Congrats! Shout out to Jeremy right there. Ward.
Yeah,
Caleb said someone wanted the chicken category all to himself. Did we put the stripes on him, Butter?
I did. Well, I mean, Purvis put stripes on it and walks in chicken, so I was like, I'm gonna go back to my old school ways and put my stripes on. But yeah, I don't know what it was. They didn't like the stripe. I didn't like shit about that chicken.
I didn't even know about the chicken, honestly. I was just talking about the party, the tent.
Dude, we kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling looking for our name. Maybe I missed it. It was terrible.
Had to have missed it. You had to have missed it. It can't be on page 4.
No, it was shameful. It was.
Yeah,
if you start from the back, it's real easy to find.
It's great. You were top
reverse
reserve.
On the back page, we're the top. Yeah,
you were reserve. Last place chicken, I guess. Fred, yeah, it happens.
He got DQ'd somehow. I mean, that's like, I don't get it, man, but it is what it is. I mean, I don't see
Houston
Fred
is its own
ever
animal.
turning in a raw chicken in his life,
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Okay, let's put the other hat on. IBCA president. You are the president of IBCA. This is
one more year.
Year 4?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't even know. I know I have one more year.
You still have one more year, and when does that go? When does it go?
Yeah, I got reelected last year at the annual meeting in August, so I have August and then one more year after August.
So you got a full year. So you got full more year. I mean,
look.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, unless they vote no confidence and get me out of there.
Why would they do that? I got to commend you. After when you came on to IBCA, if people do not remember, there was you came in a rocky time and you righted the ship. There was they had just I don't even want to rehash it, but that was the whole Bill Purvis winning on a Tuesday thing, and it was just some there was some shakiness.
It was definitely a rough patch. I mean, you're talking this is post COVID, right past COVID. We had the whole just a lot of weird things that were going on with the organization, and a lot of unfortunate things happened at one of the annual meetings. Dealing with expired memberships and people on the board, and which led to CBA being created, right? And then after that, it wasn't too long after that people started jumping ship off the board, and that's how Outlaw got started. So there was a leadership gap in vice president, and someone nominated me, so I became vice. And and then I was there until Leanne's time was done, and then I got nominated for president and took over. But yeah, it was definitely a challenging experience. I got put on the board at a time where everybody was worried when I got on the board, right? Because they were worried about how I was going to get on the board, and because I'm a bit of a rabble rouser, I guess so. But I just wanted what was good for the members of IBCA, so that's what I went with. And then we had another unfortunate situation, like right after I got in, and that was San Antonio Rodeo. We had this terrible scoring system, this tool that just never worked, and we paid a lot of money for. And then at the time, San Antonio asked us if we could go 3 rounds, and our system was only built for 2 rounds, and it couldn't really manage 2 rounds. I mean, it failed every time we tried the 2 rounds. So we said, we'll give you 3 rounds. You're our biggest competition. And then we get there, and it failed constantly. I mean, I wasn't there for it, but it just kept failing. And then we awarded the GC to the wrong person. I mean, it was just a whole thing. It was a nightmare situation. And I had people on the board calling me saying, what are we going to do? Because we met after that and realized all the mistakes that had happened. And I said, what are we going to do? I said, we're going to be transparent, own it. That's what you do as leaders, and that's what you do as an organization. If you have mistakes, you step up, pull your big girl panties up, and you get up there and say, hey man, we messed up. But we want to make it right. We want to award the right person GC and the right person reserve champion and get everything right. And then you have a post-mortem, right? You figure out what went wrong, and you try to make sure that that you fix that, and that can never happen again, right? Like, you want to know what went wrong, what went right, what can we do to fix it, and what can we do to make sure it never happens again. And the obvious question was to get rid of that scoring tool because it was just miserable. And the only answer we were getting was, well, if you went the single round, the scoring tool would work, right? It's like, no, that's not an answer. So I brought in an SVP brought in a computer programmer. We wrote the new program, and it's been great ever since. We've had 0 errors since then. So I don't know, that's 4 or 5 years now. So it's been great. And we lost San Antonio, and it was the right decision from San Antonio's perspective to call. It was like, man, we need to, move away from IBCA, just kind of get that stench away, right? It makes sense. I would have done it too.
Sure.
I even told him. I mean, I went and talked to him. I said, yeah, this is the right call. So we'll come back bigger and better at some point. And so we got San Antonio back this year in 2026. Everything went flawless. It was perfect. We had, I think,
was happy to see
324 teams, right? I mean, it was massive. And
300 plus teams. Yeah, that was
crazy. Everything went great. So it was really good. So, and it's just been, it's been a journey, man. It's, this business, the more you spread it out with different organizations, the fewer cook teams there are to go to each event. So, but we have seen our numbers climb in attendance, in competition rates as far as the cookers, but there's still cook-offs that struggle. And, it's hard when you're going against other cook-offs in the same region or, from different organizations. And we tell our promoters, look, maybe that date's not the greatest date. If you got any flexibility, let's move it to a different one. But, you can only advise and consult, but at the end of the day, they're our customers. So if they want to have it on that date, we're going to have it on that date.
Absolutely. Well, again, I want to commend you. You've done a great job of writing shit and getting that back to where it needs to be. And I for one, was very happy to see San Antonio go back to IBCA, especially with the new scoring tool that you guys are using. It to me, it creates I don't know. It didn't seem right. Whoever, whatever, you play with the sandbox that you're playing in that day. But I was glad to see that IBCA got it back. So
it was nice. Yeah, it was great to see. I didn't cook it. I just hung out in the judging room, and moved boxes around when they did whatever they told me to do, basically. And then I sat there and waited till they told me I could taste everything. I tasted all the winners, and there was some pretty damn good food turned in. So great event. Definitely a well-run event from, we brought Charlene got back as a head judge. She decided to come back, and that was her cook-off because San Antonio was always her baby, right? She runs that thing like a drill sergeant, and that's what's needed with that many taste judges, and so she ran it, and I had Kevin and Rose and Mary Lynn and Jim, and I think Robin and Eddie. I can't even remember. So many head judges in there helping.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
Just a giant team effort. So it was really cool to see.
Yeah, y'all did a great job. It went off without a hitch. It was a great. Got a few walks that day. I was 10th overall, so I was happy.
That's pretty nice. A few walks out there is pretty awesome out there, man.
I had 3. It was beautiful. Eric Cantrell, he has a question. How many events does IBCA sanction annually? You ever count those?
I think I would have that. I have to ask Chat GPT. Somebody used Chat on IBCA the other day, so somebody will probably know it. I don't know, man. It's 100 and something. To be honest with you, I should know that, but my brain's
ties on it. What do you think the state of Texas barbecue is right now? And as far as like you mentioned the team counts and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's strong as far as our competition. Our teams are all coming back, and just competitions in general. You're seeing them. There was a time there, man, for the last couple of years where a 30-team cook-off was a great cook-off. And when we were younger, a 100-team cook-off was a great cook-off. A 50-team was a good cook-off. And so now we're seeing the 140s and the 50s and 60s. And, it's kind of nice to see.
Yes, no, you're seeing some big ones out there. Hey, Candace, how are you? Like we just mentioned, 324 teams. You got it's not uncommon to see a 50 plus, even 100 plus contest, and especially towards the beginning of the year. I joke with Bill. I was like, I don't cook anything less than 100 teams. That seems like that is what they all are. But I think when it settles in, especially in the summertime, when a lot of teams like myself, I'm not a fan of getting out in the 100-degree weather and going out there and cooking. So the numbers do die down a little bit, but even still, that 30 mark is still a pretty decent mark nowadays. And you know, if you look around the country, and I've had a conversation with Eric Cantrell in there, and he's been around seeing the KCBS events all across the country. They were down like a couple years ago, but I do feel like barbecue is back. I guess it's a cyclical thing, but it's coming back. It's on the rise up.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, and you know, we see promoters from everywhere across the state. Some of them do really great, and some of them like historically had great numbers and then lost their flock of cooks, right? And have struggled, and they're wondering what can they, they always ask the sanctioning body, well, what can you do to get more teams here? I'm like, well, we don't write the payout checks, and that's what they're looking for. It's getting more expensive every day with all these prices. And so these cook-offs in the old day where, they'd get 100 teams coming out with, $200 entry fee and $5,000 payouts. Like, these cooks are getting smarter and wiser with their money, and they're being choosy because they have options. Back in the day, you didn't have a lot of options. You had one or two cook-offs to choose from in your region if you were lucky. But now we've got options, and they're choosing to go where financially could benefit them the most. And that's what I do. I mean, I look at the payout, I look at the venue, and then I look at the cause. That's the three things I use to determine. So if there's a good cause, it could trump everything. But like Camp Hope, has
for sure.
No payout, but an excellent cause that I support. So I go do that one. But I can't afford to do the ones without payouts. Or even bad payouts. It doesn't make sense to get
you want an opportunity
$30 check for finishing top 10 in something.
Yeah, you want an opportunity to at least recoup your entry fee, or kind of break even is really what you want to do. And if not, do a little better than that, because it is expensive. The meat's expensive, fuel's expensive, everything is climbing. And so,
and the teams are all better. I mean, there's so many teams that just jump right into the sport, and they've done their homework, they've taken classes online, they've probably attended a class or two, and then they just jump right in and they're winning. So it's like, man, you're going to get the hornet's nest everywhere you're going now.
I say it. I've said it before. Every weekend is harder than the last weekend to win, because there's more teams coming, the newer teams coming in, and if a lot of these guys are taking classes, they are getting armed. It's just armed. They are getting the information, and they're figuring it out. And there's so much information you can just find out on YouTube right now. If you follow a lot of these top cooks, are now just, here's what I do. It's great to see.
Hey, there's a comment from the Real Lil Gringo. Who's that?
Is Eric Cantrell. He's a KCBS master judge.
Oh, hey, Eric. So it's a good question. Does IBCA audit the results to determine they're verified, or simply trust the program works? So we created this software to have gates everywhere. So you can't move forward and around if there's an error. So it audits itself. It knows how many boxes should be scanned in for every round. So if there's a box missing, it won't let you move forward. It'll tell you, this is missing. You don't have enough boxes, and several other checks throughout the cook-off before it can move forward to finalize the cook-off to go to awards. But one thing we also offer at the end of the awards, any cook, and they don't have to do it right then. They can do it later. After they see the full results, after we email them their results, they can ask for an audit, and they can see the head judge can pull all their score sheets and show them to them. They can send them in a PDF and let you see that your score sheets are exactly what the computer scored. And that's what makes us different from every other sanctioning body in Texas. You can audit your score sheets.
Very cool. Very cool. Ty put y'all's website on there, and y'all can check that out. And he also put subscribe. We got a lot of people watching. If you're new here, appreciate you. Thank you very much. We do this each and every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Is subscribe, and y'all share this show tonight. We got Butter on. Share it. Let's get it out to the masses.
I do always bring the big crowd. I hope you notice. I mean, I was just going to say,
Butter,
this is starting to feel like I was on some blacklist. It's been years since you brought me on. Yeah. Kind of awkward.
You are never blacklisted.
I mean, I guess I didn't sponsor you this year, and I never heard my name called again. Talk about IBCA, and I'm not on the show.
We talk about you all the time, Butter. You just don't hear it. You're not watching.
It's all because of Ty. I know who really pulls the strings back there. Ty.
There he is, right there. Ty in his tinfoil hat, right there.
That's the dude right there, man.
He is. He's a godsend to the show. I appreciate him so much. Took a break from the Spurs. What's the score, Ty? You got to check that out so we can keep everybody up to date. All right. Well, a lot of people are watching because something happened this week. Ty, Butter, something happened in the barbecue game. I'm not even gonna say it was specific to you, but it did happen in the IBCA. But can you walk us through what started this whole thing, please? And how this began.
I mean, I can kind of go back to our last board meeting.
Here we go, boys. I know y'all are all here to talk about foil listen about foil, but here we go.
Yeah. So if you're a member of IBCA, you can email the board a request for a rule change, and you can state you basically state what the existing rule is and state how you think it should be read. So at every board meeting, we read those and we vote on them, whether, if we want to pass them or not. So every member can submit those if they want, and then we vote on them. Now, the members get to vote on bylaw changes at the annual meeting. Okay, so I just got to qualify all that stuff. So I am a big fan, smearing the smoothie. Okay, so I'm a big fan of eliminating as many rules as possible, because I don't think an organization where you pay all this money that our cookers pay to compete should be looking for ways to punish their cookers, right? So, and I also don't believe in unenforceable rules. So that being said, there's a couple of things that, really the only thing that that I did in the last board meeting was we removed the word folded from the foil line in the rules. The rule said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically nothing in the box but the meat in an unfolded piece of foil. So we removed the word unfolded so that you can fold your foil nice and neat. And the reasoning behind that is we have appearance scores, right? So if you have appearance scores, you should be able to turn that meat any way you want to better your chance of getting a good appearance score. Appearance scores is what everybody bitches about. No one ever wants to agree with, bitch about their taste and none of the other scores, but they definitely bitch about their appearance scores. So why not? What do we care if you fold your foil? That's always my first question to the board. What do we care? Why do we care? Why should we care if people fold their foil? It looks neater. Let them fold it. I don't care. As long as they have foil in there. That's what the rule says. Has foil, which, by the way, it just so happens that it hadn't said in there that you had to use the IBCA foil provided, or the foil that IBCA provided. So we had somebody submitted that as a rule change to add it in the rules, and we voted it down because how can you enforce that? How can you enforce that rule? So let me make it real simple. We don't supply the foil to the head judges. They go buy it, right? Their foil sheets, everybody uses the same type of foil sheet in their box. They go buy it from Sam's and it's Reynolds wrap, right? And they start running low and they don't have a Sam's near them, so they go to Costco. And they get Costco's foil, totally different brand, and they mix it in their tote together. So how can they 100% and 100% certainty know exactly what brand they gave to each cook? So how can they disqualify a cook if they don't know what brand foil they gave? And what if one cook turns their foil upside down? Now it looks completely different than the other side of the foil. So now we've got head judges that are supposed to open the box and look and stare at the foil to try to figure out if it's the foil that they provided, when they actually have no clue if that's the foil they provided. Again, I ask, why do we care? Why do we care what foil you use? Just put foil in. I don't even know why you need foil, other than because some people like me cook your chicken to the very last minute, turn it in. and it may melt the box. Your ribs and brisket are not going to melt the box. But so I get that. Okay, I understand we got to have foil. But why do we care what foil you use? And so then, of course,
can I step back here?
Please do, because I just talked forever. So.
Was this an issue though? I mean, were we having people get turned away for is this our foil, or was that an issue at that time at all?
Never seen anybody get turned away for foil. Now I will say this in full transparency, we had a head judge, so it was always in the head judge's script that you must use the foil that IBCA provides, and that used to irk me because I don't like someone telling me what I have to do if it's not in the rules. And so I kept saying that's not in the rules. We can't be saying that, right? But I never pushed it. And then we had a cook-off in West Texas, and a cook got turned in a box with foil that wasn't the foil the judge provided, and it made it through. And so to me, like once you make it through with that, it's in, right? Like it is what it is. But it made it through. It made it past the little inspection because IBCA still opens a box, looks, make sure you turned in the right thing, and then they move it on. But when you've got assistants and everybody else helping you out, with the head judge there, they open it up, they count the ribs or whatever, and they move it on. So anyways, when it got to the table, the head judge realized it was the wrong foil, and she DQ'd it. So I instituted a rule a long time ago as president that I wanted a picture immediately texted to me of every DQ box, because it's important, because I'm the one that gets all the phone calls on Sundays from the pissed off cooks, right?
Got it.
So I want to make sure.
Makes sense.
So I saw that, and I immediately got my executive head judges on the phone, and I just kind of, for lack of better term, just kind of read everybody the riot act. Like, we cannot be doing this, like this is not in the rules, because as the rules stated at that day, only thing about foil was it had to be unfolded. It never said in the rules it had to be the foil that the head judge provided. So I instructed the executive head judges to remove that from the judge's script. Some of our head judges weren't happy with that, but at the end of the day, the head judges need to be and this is in every organization, head judges need to be the stewards of the rules. They should know every rule word for word. So if there's saying something that's not in the rules, then we got to fix that, right? It's just an opportunity, a teaching lesson that we have to be able to take a moment, take a pause. Let's right the ship here. So that's what happened with the foil. And so once we had the meeting with the head judges, then, the question was, well, if somebody turns in green foil? And my answer is still the same. Well, if it's food safe green foil, why do we care? First of all, the taste judges can barely see the foil in the first place, especially if you've got it folded underneath 8 slices of brisket or 8 ribs. But I really don't understand when you could, let's compare to KCBS, right? A lot of us cook KCBS. Well, you can turn in parsley, you can turn in lettuce, or you can turn in kale. Nobody's ever raised the shit fit like, oh my God, he turned in kale and we all turned in parsley, so it's a marked box. I've been doing this 20 years. We've never had a marked box,
that goes back
to that mythical creature,
that with that analogy, that goes back to, did they buy the same foil from Costco, Sam's, HEB, and it's silver. So me personally, as a cook, you can tell a green foil versus a silver foil. So,
but what are you worried about? Are you worried about them getting an unfair advantage in the judging room? Or are you worried about, we already do so many things to spread the taste judges out to eliminate people pairing up and getting on a table. So
no, and I commend everybody. Our organizations is the same thing. It's randomized seating, randomized judging, and everything. However, we're just trying to eliminate. We as a cook, I would like the organization to eliminate any opportunity for something to be marked or something to be weighed heavily. We
allow grill marks on chicken. So if you want to, and I've taken it the extra step plenty of times and put diamonds on my chicken. So if you want, there's many ways to mark a box. Foil's the least way that it's kind of the dumbest way to think about it. That someone's going to do it. So, but if someone wants to submit a rule change saying, the only rule that makes sense is it has to be silver foil, right? You can't say the foil that the head judge provides. Now, everybody out there is, has pretty much common sense, and they all know, like, hey, the head judge provides it. We might as well use that foil. Why not? Like, I'm not running to get a piece of HEB foil that I can roof a house with. I don't need that. I'll use the same foil sheet, but it helps you because I have a box, because I've done catering. So I have a box of those foil sheets in my trailer. And now I don't have to worry, that mine's not the same as what the head judge is. It's still silver and it gets turned in. So
I agree with you on that. If it's silver in its box, and it's basically, I have, we do a lot of competitions, right? And so where I keep my boxes, I probably have 6-7 sheets of foil just from extras. Accumulating them for whatever reason. And they
always give you extra, right?
They may be different than what that particular event rep has that day, but it's still a 9 by 9 sheet of foil. It's not it's not green, it's not different than any other one. So I see your point, and I do like the fact, hey, let's eliminate ticky-tack rules that we don't. So we're not DQing everything. So we're not specifically going out there and doing.
You can't be looking for ways to DQ somebody, and that's what I keep stressing to the head judges. Like, these people put a lot of money and time, and a simple mistake like that, we got to be looking to judge people, not to judge their boxes, not to DQ them. I mean, a raw chicken is a raw chicken. I got a picture this weekend from a raw chicken, absolutely disgusting. And it was valid, right? But something like, or somebody leaving a toothpick in, so but what, like I said on my post this past weekend, a disqualification is at the discretion of the head judge, right? I mean, that's how every organization sees it. If it's something that's unedible, that they put in a box, then we got to get rid of it. If it has a distinguished mark, like if I went and got a metal brand and put the WarPig logo on it, stamped my chicken with it, that's going to get DQ'd, right? So I mean, it's just common sense.
That's how I feel about a green foil. But I see your point, and like I mentioned, as long as the more we can keep them vague to where that we're not DQing stuff on ticky tack stuff. Yeah, if it's undercooked, obviously it's not safe to eat. That is definitely rounds for a DQ. Jen Lee has a good comment. It's not about your buddy's box getting on your table. It's about knowing your buddy has green foil and you do not see it. You score everyone else down. Okay, they were talking about the mark.
But I mean, if I recall, and I don't know, because this past weekend I was at a fishing tournament all weekend, and there was lots of these green bottles getting consumed. I'm pretty sure, Jen, I mean, didn't your cooking partner turn in green foil? And I mean, I don't understand, like I think one person turned, I heard, and I haven't seen pictures because I really don't pay much attention anymore to this stuff. But I heard one person turned in green foil and won first place brisket, and one person turned in green foil and got their butts kicked. So, I mean, that right there tells you really don't do shit. But the funny thing is that it's always been this way. And I think cooks are just more pissed that they're just now realizing that they could have done this a long time ago than saying that we changed the rule. And we didn't change the rule. It's been like that. Because I didn't change a rule saying we didn't remove, you can check the minutes. We didn't remove the words. You had to use the head judge's foil. We removed that from the head judge's script because it wasn't in the rules. And I don't want anything in their script that's not in our rules. And I really want to reduce the script down to, hey, this is your turn-in times. This is the quantity of meats. Meat side up. All right, meeting over. Any questions? Read the rules. I mean, we don't need 30-minute cooks meetings.
I didn't see that last comment, Ty. What was that last comment? When organizers are short on judges and they walk around asking for team with extra people sitting around, things become pretty shady. And that's on.
It can be, but that's why we randomize. Like CBA randomizes, we do the poker chip draw. So I mean, you do your best, but at the end of the day, I mean, you either trust the system or you find a new hobby. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's organizations that I'll go cook and I don't exactly feel 100% confident in the results, but if I don't trust it, that's on me. I can just turn away and not cook it, so and there's my hometown cook-off is a non-sanctioned event, and we used to cook it a lot, and I don't trust those results as far as I can throw them. And every year, and then we quit cooking it. It's just like, I'm not dealing with this headache anymore. And I saw the results this year, and people were questioning it, and it's funny. So you either trust it or you don't.
So this weekend, can we turn in green foil?
I mean, there's nothing in the rules say you can't.
No, so you still can't.
There's nothing in the rules last year it said you couldn't.
Little gringo, serious question, because I have no dog in the hunt here. Again, he's KCBS. Let's flip it around. Why would any team use green foil? Is it to stand out from all the rest? Yeah. It's
kind of like, why would any team use green garnish in KCBS? You don't have to use garnish at all. So why do they do it? I don't understand, because the next person does it. That's why.
I would think it's to pop, right? I think at a KCBS, when you have that beautiful bed of green, of kale, whatever it is, and it's shiny, it makes your mahogany pop a little bit. Maybe that's the same thing that people are going for here. We did see a green box, and I think when it last weekend on the show, we were doing a rate my box, and we got one, and I was like, what is that? It looked odd to me, obviously, because we're used to seeing what we're used to seeing. Still,
I saw a lot of folded foil, which looked nice. I was like, man, they did a good job. It's nice and neat, because I hate that foil hanging out of the box. It's all messy and shit. You got appearance score. Now they're definitely going to see that old raggedy ass foil, if you don't do something about it, so why not clean it up? You clean everything else up, you worry about wiping down your foil and wiping down your box. So why not have that little sheet nice and neat, folded the way you want to fold it, and then put your meat on top of it and turn your box in and be done with it.
Ty, do we have any colored boxes today? I'll read that comment while you're checking.
Green foil can no more mark a box than grill marks on chicken. I'm sorry.
There's plenty of ways to mark a box with realistic.
I am the king of grill marks. I've been doing it since 2015. So
really, who uses colored foil? I disagree with using colored or stamp foil, just the foil provided. Yeah, I mean,
you can't use stamp foil. Ain't no distinguishing marks. I mean, that'll get you DQ'd. So.
No, I don't have any green right now, but there was evidently 3 at one competition last week. So somebody from the Gooder Gang, send me a green box if you got one, please.
Yeah, we'd love to see it. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty comical how much it became a thing last week, and I was part of it. We
and rodeo lets you turn in foil or no foil. So is that marking a box if you turn in foil? Or
what's your thoughts on no foil, Butter? What's your thoughts on no foil?
No foil, no knife and fork except for chicken. I'm telling you, I am a libertarian when it comes to barbecue rules. Like, the less, the better. Why do we care how I would love to remove that you have to turn in your chicken meat side up. Why? Turn it upside down and lose. I don't care. Like, why do we need to tell you that? You're grown-ass people. I don't need to tell you how you got to turn in your ribs meat side up. Why do we need that? We don't need it. So if they want to turn it upside down, just take it, judge it, move on, right? But we judge with a knife and fork, so you turn the meat in upside down, you're going to have an issue. We don't tell you that how you have to turn your brisket in. It can be meat side up, it can be fat side up. So why do we care, right?
Yeah.
Why do we care? Remove it, move on. Cut the rules down so much better. You don't need foil. We're single table judging, single round judging. Your meat's not going to get cold, and that little tiny ass piece of foil isn't keeping your meat warm in the first place.
Somebody says it's a very good question. Can you use foil with your team logo on it?
No, it's a distinguishing mark. You cannot use anything with distinguishing marks. And remember, it's at the head judge's discretion. So, I mean, they're not going to DQ you because they're not going to judge it. It's going to get turned away when you go to try to turn it in.
Okay, so the rule currently states doesn't need to be unfolded. It just needs to be in the bottom of the box.
Correct. Yeah. Put your meat on top of it.
Fold it. You can cut it. Can you put a circle foil in there? So like the steak contest, they've got those little circle discs. Is that something that you can do?
It can't be that disc. No, it's got to be aluminum foil. Now, there's just a little bit.
Could you cut it into a circle and turn it in?
I need to know the words verbatim. I have to read it. I don't think we say what size foil it has to be.
Okay.
It may say it. I know CBA says it. And ours
say must like be unfolded in the bottom contents of the tray with the foil provided by the head judge.
Two different sections of the rules, right? So at the top of CBAs, it says unfolded piece of foil in the meat. And then when you get down to like each meat, it says that you have to use the foil the head judge provided. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
But I just can't remember like if ours say what size it is. But
question though, you did mention CBA in your post when all this came out. Was there any reason why you brought CBA into this deal?
Well, I was trying to show that the only difference between the two organizations was that as far as the rules go, was that ours said unfolded or ours said ours said piece of foil. And CBA says unfolded piece of foil. But I didn't go down far enough in CBA's rules to copy the part about because I didn't realize it was and that's again, I'm like one of the first 100 members of CBA, so I don't understand why CBA needed to do that at the bottom of the rules. Like, why not move it to the top, right? So like if you're gonna put in there an unfolded piece of foil, all you had to do was add the next sentence that the head judge provides, right? Like, so what? But anyway, so that's on me for not copying the bottom. But yeah,
But the old adage is go to the head cook's meeting in the at the cook-off, and you'll hear all the elected.
But that's really it, because people were I literally
love saying that. That's the third time I think he said it today. It's working.
I got to our bay house, our beach house or whatever in Port A, and I look at Facebook for like 1 second. I see all this shit about foil, and I was like, all right, well, let me just show that because I thought they were talking about unfolded foil at first, because I really didn't read it all, and so I was like, here's the difference. CBA says unfolded, IBCA doesn't say that; it just says box. And then I was like, you guys should really read the rules. There's not a rule about you have to use the foil the judge provided. So, but you really should. I mean, if you're going to make a post complaining that, now we've changed the rule about green, not having to use the head judge's foil, we didn't, because it wasn't in the rules. That just means you never read the rules in the first place.
Yeah. And there's many comments I've seen. Why would you use anything other than what they provided? I agree there.
I agree with that 100%. Like, y'all are putting way too much on it. Just cook better food. Yeah, I know. I had to throw that back because really, who uses Reynolds wrap? Like, nah, go back and find me some HEB foil.
That's great. Little Gringo, the explanation for why teams use garnish in KCBS is to help keep the meat stable in the box. Garnish serves
as enough meat. You don't need to be stable. I mean, hell, Phil turns in 5 and 5 on ribs, right? You don't need that. You don't need greenery to keep that stable.
Fill it up, baby.
Yeah,
fill it up. Congrats to Phil. Punch number 7.
And don't bounce your box around when you're walking the turn.
Damn, Spurs are whooping that ass tonight. 76-49 at halftime for Spurs versus Nick, looking like they may tie it up.
So Anna asked a great question. No, the members have never got to vote on rule changes ever in IBCA. We allow you to submit rule changes. You vote on bylaw changes at the annual meeting. There's a reason you elect regional directors, right, from your region, and to do is just like electing your congressman, right? Like, they're supposed to represent your region and the needs of the regional cooks. And so if you got a problem with how things are going, reach out to your regional director and say, hey, we need to change this, because that's what they're here for. They're not here for themselves. They're here to represent you guys.
I got a question for Caleb. If they were elected in CBA, would you cook it, or would you still stay away from it? Caleb, since he likes to mention it, he's been mentioning it like 3 times tonight about elected versus selected. So would you cook it, or would you still stay away from us, Caleb? It's all good. But I am tired of the us versus them and this and that, because I like cooking IBCA. I cooked the Taffer event. Obviously, we're at San Antonio. I have zero issues cooking. I got great friends in IBCA. It's so the this versus them and this versus is hurting Texas barbecue. Well, it used to. I don't know if it's still doing. I still think it's growing, but it's just kind of pointless. It's you cook where you want. Like we mentioned earlier, if the money's right, the cause is right, and the travel's right, who cares what organization is doing it? All of these organizations are fair and just, and they're doing their best to put on a fair and just judging system. So go out there and cook wherever you want. Like we said earlier, Dennis said it looks at cause, money and what'd you ever say? There's something else.
Cause venue and
that's what you should be
payout venue and cause.
There you go. Payout
and
venue.
Sanctioning body is obviously the last thing I'm looking at. But I mean, if you keep going down this road, then everybody's going to implode, and it's going to be KCBS moving into the territory, right? And then the promoters can't afford to do a KCBS cook-off, and they're all going to shut down. So KCBS is by far the most expensive sanctioning body there is. And remember, I don't speak a lot of opinions. I just speak facts. So they're expensive. Our Texas cooks can't handle it, and it is what it is. Our promoters can't handle that kind of money that they charge, and so we don't see a lot of them. But if we keep going down this road with organizations going after each other, I mean, it's not just IBCA and CBA. I mean, it's, there's others out there that there's all this drama constantly. I mean, it makes it not fun. It makes the sport not fun. It makes people like us that spend our nights and weekends like trying to run these organizations to make them better and to continue and grow the sport, to just constantly get kicked in the nuts all the time. Like, why do I need that? Like I'm on this board. I'm the CFO of Folds of Honor. I have a day job, I go to school, and I have a company that I run. So like, I don't need that kind of headache in my life by any means. So I do this for the cooks and for the members. Like every decision I make is for the cooks. We're a cookers organization. I care about the cookers first, and everybody else comes second. No offense to promoters and head judges, but that's just the way it is. We're IBCA cookers, that the C stands for cookers. There's no J for judges or P for promoters in there, right? I mean, so I have to look at my cookers and my members first, and whatever they want, that's what we try to do. Now, I'm always the guy that wants to move things into the future, and I want to progress the sport as much as possible and streamline it and make it more efficient for the cooks. Going to a single round with IBCA was part of that.
Yep.
And we want to make it fair. We also want to make it more fun and for the younger cooks, so we don't, because we're double blind, we don't know after we call the top 10 in each category, we don't know where you finished with the rest of that. Right. So we can't give you points of the year or cooker of the year points if you finish outside the top 10. So we switched it to top 15 to allow some of these cooks that are new, that aren't getting in top 10, but may get in top 15 to get those points and to see their name on the leaderboard in the top 100. Right. Because we want to grow the sport. We want to see the younger and experienced cooks actually start seeing their name and getting their name called and experiencing what that's all about. Because and I know, once you get your name called a couple of times, you get that itch.
You're in. You're hooked.
Yeah, man, you're hooked. So that's what we're trying to do.
You're spending a lot more than a $300 entry a weekend after that. Absolutely. Yeah. Can we put the foil to bed? So at this point, you can still put whatever foil in there, and it doesn't have to be unfolded as long as there's foil in the box at this moment.
Yeah, we're talking about foil. Let's talk about some of these raw chickens and these burnt ass briskets we're seeing. So. Y'all need to focus on cooking and worry about the foil later. So, But yeah, let me tell you, it's crazy. I don't spend a lot of thought on it. Nothing lives rent free in my head by any means, because it's a very expensive head right here. I don't put a lot of thought into the drama. I do like to stir the shit pot every once in a while, because I just think that people don't think before they speak and before they type something. And I also think there's a lot of people that don't believe in growing the sport into the future, because they've been doing it since the early 90s. And, they still only listen to the classic rock and classic country, no offense. But they just don't want to do this new stuff. But if we listen to them, then we'll go the way of, one of the other organizations that just doesn't grow. We want to grow. We don't want to die. So we've got to move into the future. We've got to keep up with trends. And that's what, on the board, President, Vice President Mike Gomez, we talk a lot about this. We got to constantly follow trends, see what's going on, what's happening in the cook-off world, and see what we can do to help increase our presence on the calendar across the country. and give cooks what they want. Fair and unbiased judging system, consistent set of rules, and a good experience. It's all about the cooking experience, right? Like all of us, organizations, we want our cookers to have a good cooking experience so they come back to the next one. You want them to keep coming back, and we're all starting to see it, which is great. So
yeah,
sorry for rambling, but that's what I do best.
I encourage everybody to go try out different sanctioning bodies. And, it's all it's going to do is sharpen your skills and do that, but like you just mentioned, as long as when I'm going to that sandbox, as long as everybody's playing by the same rules, that's what you want to make sure. And that's what you want to be 100% confident in, because it is a lot of money. You are expending a lot of time, effort, money, and to go to these contests. So as long as everybody is being judged the same way and getting the same fair shake, then where it ends up, it ends up. But if there's questions about this or that, then that could change your.
Yeah, if you don't trust the system, definitely don't cook it. It's just what it is. I mean, address it. Don't be afraid to address it with whatever organization it is. Reach out. I mean, all of us that run these organizations, I mean, our emails and phone numbers are on the websites. So, I mean, definitely reach out and address and go straight to the source and say, hey, I think this looks shady. Can you explain it to me? And that gets things resolved pretty quickly. I mean, we'll gladly sit down. I get a lot of phone calls because of the IBCA website. People calling me, asking me random questions, and I'm glad to talk you through it and explain, whatever the situation is. And I'm sure everybody else is as well. So, I mean, we want you to enjoy yourselves and trust our system. And so definitely, reach out to the leaders of these organizations to help clear your mind and get you back on the path of just going out cooking, having fun, and trying to win some money.
That's what it's about, man. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for clearing that up. I think you did. Some people may have some questions in there, but if y'all do, you can put them in there and we'll ask them on there. But we are going, Ty, I know we have some boxes. We're not going to go long tonight, but I do have a little, I got some questions for you, Butter. These are like little lightning round questions. We're through foil. We're through IBCA stuff. This is going to be, we're going back to Butter. And if you guys do have questions, put them in the comments. We will get those on there. But all right, just quick, you were a tank driver in the Army. What's the craziest thing that you remember happened there?
Well, I mean, most people don't realize this, but most tank drivers drive the tank in their underwear. So I was stationed in Germany. I was deployed to
show in my underwear right now, bro.
It's really cold, in Germany in the wintertime. And so the heaters in those tanks are run by diesel, and the heater element is inside the tanks, the driver hatch. And so it blows from the driver hatch into the turret. And so the driver gets all the heat first blown up their keister, oh God, it sounded old, but and then it goes into the turret. And so we're up there sweating bullets, and we wear flight suits, the full Nomex flight suits. And man, every driver I know, we're all, when we pull up the park to get the chow truck to go get some food, it takes us a minute because we got to put our clothes back on, to get out of there.
Got to put your clothes
back on. It's so damn hot inside that tank, man.
Good. You're also a DJ Butter in the house.
Yeah, man.
For those that don't know, what's a song that you can play to get the crowd hyped anytime?
Back that ass up.
Back that ass up.
Get any crowd. And this is Texas, and if you're at a country party, when in doubt, whip George out. That's the cardinal rule of country Western club DJing.
That won't get hyped.
If your dance floor is dead, George will revive it, So it's just how it is.
Favorite way to unwind after a cook-off? Sitting
in my pool, smoking a cigar, and just chilling. Me and Morgan and the dog. So that's it. I love doing cook-offs close enough to come home on Saturday and immediately just kind of jump in the pool and then we just relax. So we have a rule. If it's within 2 hours, man, Saturday we're gone. Get back to the house. That's why I love summertime cook-offs, because you can jump in the pool after that.
And there you go. What's a movie or show that everybody should check out right now? Anything you're into right now?
Ooh. I will say, if you liked Man on Fire with Denzel Washington, Netflix has a great show, Man on Fire, and it follows the storyline. It was really good. I also like I haven't gotten any movies. I just don't think Hollywood's putting out good movies anymore. But lots of great shows. Dutton Ranch, I've been enjoying that quite a bit. Terminal List, excellent show. And then the spinoff, The Dark Wolf, that was excellent. Man, so many good ones.
Project Hail Mary was a great movie. I don't know if you saw that one. It's pretty good.
Project Hail Mary. Let me write that down. Sorry.
Yeah, it's.
What is that about?
Space. It's okay. Cool. Ryan Gosling. It was a really good movie. Let's see here. One skill or hobby that you've always wanted to learn that you haven't, and maybe get around to.
Skill would be singing. Yeah, I wish I knew how to sing because I sing my ass off. But like I was never in a choir, and I'm always like asking singers like, were you born this way or did you learn it? Because if you can learn it, I can learn it. But
You're a Friday night cook. We all sing on Friday nights, bro.
Man, I'll tell you, like I've done so much public speaking and talking on a microphone that I just always think, man, my voice would be great if I sung, but I can't. I try, And when I was a DJ, I used to run karaoke nights, and that guy's expected to sing when no one else is signing up. And so I got people to sign up because I started singing. They're like, hey, we got to get this guy off the game.
We got to
definitely that or playing an instrument, man. I wish I had played piano or something like that.
What's up, everybody? This is Butter from WarPig Barbeque.
Damn, who was that guy?
Who was that?
That's the guy I met in 2012.
Yeah, I was clean shaven, fat. Yeah, look at that guy.
Are you still doing the food?
Oh Lord. Hey, that's where we're at. SCBA.
That was a Hondo Chupacabra. I think that was a Chupacabra Hondo cook-off.
We're all out there like in the middle of nowhere, just drunk as cool. Like, what else you gonna do out there, right?
That was fun though. That was a good time. Used to do those reviews, DJ Butters on TikTok. Are you still doing any of those? And what's your favorite barbecue?
I haven't done it forever.
What's your favorite barbecue joint in this area?
A TikTok page called Butter Eats.
And, Butter Eats. That's it.
But I've only done 2 of them on there, so life gets in the way, man. You have all this idea. So.
What's your favorite barbecue joint in Texas?
Oh, Texas, Burnt Bean, hands down. But I would really like to, I'm a Houston boy, right? So I can give you my Houston list, and this is what I give everybody all the time. So Pinkerton's, Truth, Corkscrew, that top 3, and all 3 of those can be flip-flopped. They're all equally worthy of number 1, hands down. So Pinkerton's, if you haven't been there, best barbecue ribs in the entire state. Like their ribs are phenomenal. Truth, I just ate there the other day again, and it was, it's always good. I really like his brisket, and his turkey's really good, and a lot of their sides are really good. And then Corkscrew, it's a Michelin star restaurant, for a barbecue joint, and everything at Corkscrew I really enjoy. It's an Old Town Spring, hell of a line to get through the damn thing, but really good. And then you just go down the line from there. We're blessed in this city to have so many great restaurants. Especially
hell yeah. Don't sleep on that pork steak from Pinkerton's, man. That thing is.
I haven't had it, but let me tell you, don't sleep on the bread pudding at Pinkerton's because it's not bread pudding. Whatever it is, he calls it bread pudding, but it is spectacular. I love. Grant knows it. Like I sing his praises all the time. It is a great restaurant. It really is. I wish it was bigger, but now he's got a second one, so we can go to the other one he's got in Houston.
It's nice. Awesome. Been to both. Pineapple on pizza. Last question.
Oh, hell yeah. Pineapple, Canadian bacon, not ham. So I like Canadian bacon.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. One's a little different. But yeah, definitely pineapple. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. All right. I think we had some questions that came up. Ty's putting them on there. I understand, but years ago when a promoter didn't pay out, what says going to IBCA would not sanction anymore.
I don't remember that. I've been cooking IBCA longer than most people in these comments. I don't remember that ever being a case where they wouldn't sanction an event
if they didn't pay out. I don't know
if they didn't pay out what they said they were. Yeah, we're not in charge of payouts, right? So we can advise and consult. But at the end of the day, we're there to run the judging, and that's it. I mean, and that's, we're not promoters. We help them promote their events, and I see, that's one thing CBA is really good at. Their head, I don't call head judges, right? Contest reps, event reps. Yeah, I mean, they do a great job of promoting their events, and we help promote our events to the best of our ability. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a promoter's money. So whatever they're going to do with it. Now, if they don't pay what they owe, we try to get to the bottom of it and try to make it right. But I mean, we can't pony up the money that if they screw somebody over. I mean, I've been at cook-offs where we got screwed over, where the checks all bounced, from promoters. I've been at that one where he chose to pay his bands because the bands were threatening him with violence. So he took all the cookers' money and paid the bands and left us high and dry. I mean, these are all sanctioned events. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know. When people say things like that, I'm like, man, I've been around a long time. So it's hard to get that past me because I don't remember that ever happening. Because that's not a sanctioning body's duty.
Yeah. All right. That was it for that. It's been a while since you've been on Mount Rushmore. Got to do it with you, Butter.
How many's on Mount Rushmore?
What?
How many's on Mount Rushmore? How many do I name?
4, and you get 1 in the gift shop. And then
I got it. I wrote it down before I got on.
So okay, good. And then your barbecue homie, they may be in the comments tonight. And if not, we'll find out. But we're going to get Dennis Butterworth's barbecue Mount Rushmore. Again, guys, both Dennis and I got to go. He's got to be up at 6. I got to be on a plane at 6, so we're probably not going to go much longer in here. It's been a great show thus far. Again, if you're new here, we do this each and every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We appreciate you, Gooder Gang. There it is right there. Look at Art and Ty and myself, all buff. Hey, look, I got Jaybird. You're still in here. Hey, we got any more beer in here? That's enough.
Freaking Jaybird. Talk about like a dodo bird, man. I ain't seen him in forever. It's like extinct.
There it is. There. Yeah. What do we do?
Yeah.
Picture in picture. All right. Floor is yours, my man.
All right, I'm sorry. I won't talk again. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Floor is yours, bro.
I missed out on what?
Your Mount Rushmore.
Oh, Mount Rushmore. All right. Yeah. So if there's 4 on Mount Rushmore, so I've had some, I used to be on here on this show a lot for those of you new cooks, but, and I would always give a nice Mount Rushmore, based on past, like the greatest cooks of all time. I'm not going to do that now. So current Mount Rushmore. And in order to qualify for this Mount Rushmore, you have had to have won an IBCA cook-off, a CBA cook-off, and a KCBS cook-off. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and check out now. Get yourself something to drink. So first head on the mountain is Phil Breeden. Second would be the pit father.
Ooh, Eddie Morales.
Bill, and also another thing. So it's one thing to win these, but to be able to go in other states and win these is domination, right? Like some of these guys I'm listing are all guys that can travel and get walks, right? So really talented group. Okay, so we have Phil Breeden, LC Barbecue. Obviously, he can go anywhere he wants and win. Eddie, same thing. Eddie travels, does KCBS, does IBCA, does CBA. He wins it every single sanctioned body he cooks. Bill Purvis. I've ridden the trail with him and Phil, and I've seen them both win in other states. So Bill's excellent cook.
Bill's traveling right now.
Last but definitely not least will be Sure Shot Barbecue.
Josh hitting
one of the younger guys like Eddie, but man, Josh, you disrespect him, man, he's gonna walk all over you. So, and he's got a KCBS GC. There's only a handful of us in Texas that have KCBS GCs,
and
probably 2 handfuls now.
Livestock Show and Rodeo GC too. Under there.
Yeah, and I always forget about that because it wasn't, his name, so I always forget, it's not Sure Shot. So,
right.
Yeah, he's won Houston, which is no small feat by any means. So, win a KCBS.
You get one more in the gift shop.
Well, that would be WarPig Barbecue.
You can't put yourself in the.
WarPig also makes that list: CBA, IBCA, KCBS. I mean,
okay.
That, so
Heffernan gets the bobblehead.
So, yeah, Pop. It would be Pop.
Okay, Pop gets.
Let's be honest. Who does all the cooking nowadays? All I do is make things look pretty.
Oh, is that it? Well,
yeah,
you do have
Pop,
some pretty ribs, Butter. You do make some.
Pop gets the cooking done, man. I mean, he's that's the pitmaster. I'm just the head cook. It's totally different.
You let little gringo. You left out a legend that has done all that too. Fred Robles. He did that on purpose.
Well, okay, yeah, and that's why, like, I mean, of course, I toot my own horn on, but I haven't done anything in years. But who's winning right now? I think those four will beat all of us, right?
Yeah, they're doing great.
Like Fred and I don't have time to go cook-offs like we used to because we got other things going on. So, but these guys are still out there grinding and cooking and staying relevant on the circuit. So, you know, when Fred was doing 40, 50 a year, yeah, I mean, there was nobody going to challenge Fred.
He's back at it. He's back at it.
Yeah, I saw him at one the other day. I don't remember where I saw him last. Yeah.
He is back at it.
I mean, you don't disrespect. I mean, yeah, you can't like say, "Oh shit, there's Fred. I got him beat." Like no one says that. You know,
no one. You shouldn't anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, somebody has to get left off. There's a whole lot of people out in the crowd right now going, "Man, that some bitch left me off." Yeah, it is what it is.
Some bitch. That's some bitch. All right. Your barbecue homie, man. This is somebody you talk to often about barbecue. Maybe you want to set up next to whatever it may be. Who's your barbecue homie right now, bro?
Oh, man, that's the last thing I want to talk is barbecue at all to anybody. I mean, Pop is my right-hand man. I mean, it's no. You know, if anybody knows, it's not my dad. That's Morgan's dad.
Yeah.
That's Pop. He's everybody's team dad. But that's who, I mean, I roll with him everywhere. So we talk a lot. You know, and for those of you that really don't know, I mean, I have about 8 or 9 on the team. So we all talk every day about cook-offs and barbecue and a whole bunch of other stupid stuff that God, if that chat thread ever gets out, that'd be crazy. So.
All righty. Well,
get yourself some friends. Some of y'all need some friends.
We'll let it slide. The WarPig crew is the bar. They are the
barbecue buddy. Yeah, I don't. You know, man. Once you get on the board of these things, like I try not to.
You lose homies.
Well, that's fine. They weren't really homies in the first place. If they unfriend me, it is what it is. But you get tired. Like you don't want to talk barbecue. You want to talk something else.
No, I got you. Well, Dennis, this has been awesome. Thanks for coming on the show.
Man.
Like I said,
I love answering questions, and you know, it's easier to do it here than to get my phone blown up on Sunday.
You handled that. That was fun. That was a lot of fun, actually. Just seeing all the comments, and they're still going. Foil is still a topic for whatever reason on the. But you handled it like a good gangster, my man. It was good.
And I'm sure, you know, Rob, I'm sure something will get done. You know, there's been obviously a lot of rule change submissions over the last couple of weeks. So we'll have a meeting next month. We used to do board meetings every quarter, is what it says in the bylaws, but we do virtual meetings every month instead.
Yeah. I'll read that in a second.
I try to cut down on costs. I don't want people traveling to just go to a meeting, so we do it virtually. So that gives us a chance to vote on new rules every month. And if it doesn't affect the judging process, the scoring process, or the scoring tool, then we'll implement it right away, right? But like if if we say let's eliminate 7s, you know, or 5s, let's eliminate 5s, then we'll wait till the new scoring season starts. Because it's unfair to make a scoring change like that in the middle of a season for everybody's chasing points. So we'll wait, but we'll still vote it in, but we'll wait to push it till July.
All right. Last comment. Go Army beat me. What's going on? Last comment. We'll close on this because I am tired of the CBA, IBCA stuff. For the record, from Fred, president of CBA, talking to Dennis, president of IBCA. For the record, I think Dennis has done a great job for IBCA. It's not easy leading an organization, and we get things wrong sometimes. But we do it for the love of barbecue.
Most definitely. I appreciate that. Yeah, and Fred knows firsthand. It's not easy. If we wanted it easy, we'd just open up an ice cream store, right, and please everybody. But you can't please everybody. There's people that will either choose sides or never be happy. I mean, there are truly people out there that just will never be happy. So, and sometimes you can't be afraid to make a tough decision or have a tough conversation. And when you lead that way, it sucks. Like I was a restaurant manager, I had to fire a lot of young kids that just for screwing up. But you can't be afraid to have that tough conversation. And sometimes we have to have it with people older than us. I have people call me, cussing me, drunk as hell, saying that, our judges suck and their food is great. I had a guy call me complaining that, and it basically got down to it. He was complaining that he didn't get a brisket call and he thought we cheated him out of this brisket call. And he said, he literally told me his brisket has walked 47 weeks in a row. And I said, God damn, you must be number one in brisket, right? 47 weeks. And I looked him up and he was like 152nd in brisket in IBCA or something like that, right? Like over 100.
I think they posted on this show, actually, when you said that, something about so many weeks. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man. Like
that's a new Texas record.
Oh my God. Yeah. You'd be in the Hall of Fame. Let me get your name and your number. I'm putting you in for the Hall of Fame.
It needs to be teaching brisket. Well, what's the name of this dog here?
That's Whiskey Blue.
Whiskey Blue. All right. Well, thank you, Butter.
Yeah,
appreciate
man. Thanks
you,
for
my man.
Good to see you.
Get some rest. Appreciate you.
We'll be in Hempstead at the barbecue store this weekend. Big shout out to Dustin, as always. Great supporter of the barbecue sport, man.
You're going to be out there this weekend?
Yeah, I'm back on the circuit.
All right. We can find Butter.
Yeah.
Go say hi.
Livingston. We'll put Livingston after that. So I don't know where else you'll find us. Papa's on the lake. Yeah, on Lake Conroe. That's a great cook-off.
Nice.
Yeah, good times.
Well, cool, brother. Well, thanks very much for coming on the show. We appreciate it. And let's do it again soon, my man. Appreciate you.
Okay, bro. Y'all be safe out there, man.
Appreciate you coming on.
Oh, yeah.
All righty. There he was, Dennis Butterworth, president of IBCA, WarPig Barbecue, WarPig Elite BBQ Products, all over the place. Great having him back on. Like I said, he's one of my original barbecue homies in this game. Ty, get in here. Ty, what'd you think of this? Did we clear things up? Did we clear it up?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he said that he missed the part down below it, and that seemed to be the crux of the whole situation is misquoting of rules. And like I have been able to ride around when I was a promoter at the Tomball VFW, and Dennis helped me out. Yeah, drink. I've seen him as a promoter when he had his winter battle at the Tomball VFW. I witnessed him for, he's on my Mount Rushmore for a reason. And, it's because he's a veteran first. And then exactly what he says, he goes for the payout because, I mean, let's be honest. What you guys as cookers do each and every week, spending $1,500 and then
American.
Yeah, fucking yay. Venue and then the cause. Like Dennis Butterworth has done so much for the Tomball VFW. And my knowledge in the sport, and I just love it when there's a bunch of drama because it's fun as hell. But yeah, fucking around, I mean, he's clowning because he's getting paid for all that stuff. So that's my boy. He's a CEO, baby. You know what I'm saying?
He's done a lot for Texas barbecue. That's for damn sure. Dennis Butterworth and WarPig Barbecue. Thank you to our guest tonight, Dennis. Thank you to producer Ty. Thank you to our media maestro, Art Gonzalez. Turn your notifications on. Again, if you're new here, we do this each and every Wednesday. I'd love to have you part of the Gooder Gang every Wednesday. But turn your notifications on. I'm going to be in Georgia over at Rec Tech Academy. Me and A.A. Ron will probably pop in live. Who knows, maybe at lunch on a Friday, just to interrupt your day when you're sitting in your office, or maybe you're traveling to a contest. If you are going to a contest, best of luck to you. And use the damn judge-provided foil. You don't have to in IBCA, but why the hell not? Why are you doing anything else? All right, well, that's going to wrap up our show tonight. We appreciate you guys, the Gooder Gang. Y'all are the best part of this show. If you are interested in sponsoring our show, our sponsorship starts again July the 1st. Please contact me, Rob at Bullhorn BBQ, or you can send me a message here on Facebook. That'd be awesome. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up. Case, Ty, close us out, my man.
Good night to all of you wonderful people in Barbecue Nation, YouTube, California. That's all, folks.